Hi boys, good evening. This is the book The Weather Monster, and I'm going to read this to you as a bedtime story. This is a book from, let's see, So it's based on the original story by Smallman and Bruno Merz. Author of adapted text is Katie Woodley, and series editor is Joyce Bentley. So let's get to it. The Weather Monster. This book belongs to Santiago, Sebastian, Third, and Manong Max. High up on a mountain lives the Weather Monster. When he is happy, the sun always shines. When the Weather Monster is sad, it rains and pours. It has been raining a lot lately. See, the Weather Monster is sad. And it's all raining on the mountain. The villagers are fed up with all the rain. They need a plan to cheer up the Weather Monster. "We can bake him a cake," says Joe, the baker's boy. Here's Joe. Here's his dad, the baker. "Great idea," says his dad. Everyone is too afraid to give the cake to the Weather Monster. Only Joe is brave enough. Joe sets off up the mountain with a cake in his backpack. Here's Joe. He walks and walks for miles. At last, Joe arrives at the Weather Monster's cave. The Weather Monster has been watching Joe climb the mountain. He opens his front door. "Hello," he says. "I'm the Weather Monster, but you can call me Ron." "I'm Joe," says Joe. "Nice to meet you." "It's great to meet you, Joe," says Ron. "What brings you this far up my mountain?" "I've brought you some cake from the village," says Joe. "Marvelous," says Ron. "I'm feeling a little hungry." The Weather Monster and Joe sit down for a nice cup of tea and some cake. Ron is so happy that he can't help grinning. Suddenly it stops raining, and the sun comes out. See, the Weather Monster's smiling. And now there's a sun coming out. Joe and the Weather Monster are soon chatting like old friends. "This is fun," said Ron. "Why haven't any of the villagers come to visit me before?" "Well, it's usually very sunny in the village, so we don't need to bother you," says Joe. "Lately, it's been raining a lot, and everyone is fed up. We thought a cake would cheer you up and bring the sun back." Oh, they're talking and eating cake. This makes the Weather Monster very cross indeed. "Sunshine!" he bellows. "All you want to do is have some sun instead of rain?" Joe jumps in fright, spilling his tea everywhere. Oh, the tea spilled. The Weather Monster is getting more and more cross. Thunder roars and lightning flashes. Joe is scared, and the Weather Monster is very cross and angry. Ron takes one look at Joe's scared face and stops shouting at once. "I'm sorry," he sniffs. "I don't mean to scare you. I'm just very lonely up here all by myself." I hope that maybe the villagers wanted to be my friends." "I'm sure they do," says Joe. "Come and meet everyone." Oh, the weather monster is sorry. But Joe says, "Let's go meet everyone." Joe and Ron set off back down the mountain. It doesn't take long with Ron carrying Joe all the way. See? Joe is riding the weather monster. When the villagers see the weather monster, they are scared. Oh, the boy is scared, and the others are scared. "Meet my friend Ron," shouts Joe. Ron grins his toothy grin, and the sun comes out. "Hello, everyone," he says. One by one, the villagers begin to feel brave enough to meet Ron, the weather monster. Everyone sees that he isn't scary at all. Ron is just a little different, in a good way. "Come and live in the village with us," says Joe. "Thank you," said Ron, "but I'm a little too big to live here. Besides, I like my cave high up in the mountain." And everyone is trying to meet Ron. See? At the end of the day, it's time for the weather monster to go back home. Now, the villagers take turns visiting him. They always bring him a cake or two. He isn't the weather monster anymore. He is just their friend Ron. Ron has never been happier, and the sun is always shining. Oh, a lot of the villagers come to visit and eat cake with Ron. And Ron is always smiling now. The end. So this book is part of the Reading Gems Level 4. It's a good book for beginners like you. Maybe we can start at beginner level 1 and we can take it from there. Maybe next time. Thank you for listening, boys. Have a good night.